Hey everyone, this is Dmitry with the Escape Room Launchpad, and this is my partner Austin here. And we are right now in Los Angeles, California, and in a podcast studio interviewing our friend Alexander Girshfield. You probably all know him because he owns Industroom, biggest builder of escape rooms in the world.
I hope so, at least. Hi, guys. Nice to see you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Just 13 hours of flight and I'm all yours.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So just to give you a disclaimer, we don't know each other. This is first time we actually meeting in person, right?
Maybe, but this is 2024. You don't need to meet each other in person to know a person well. So I've been following you for a long time. I guess same from your side. So yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you in person.
That's amazing. And in case you guys wondering, both of us have accents. It just happened to be that we both from former USSR, and I've been in the United States like for over 20 years now, and Alexander lives in Europe now. And it just happened that we both in entertainment industry, in
Yeah.
escape room industry.
And we love it. It's the
Yeah.
best industry in the world, guys. Come on. What else can we do?
Yeah. So we met today
And we escaped.
and we did escape. That is true.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're here this weekend because there is a conference going on.
Yes, it's a recon show, escape room show.
Yeah.
We're participating. We are bronze sponsors, so everyone who is in LA, we are welcome to come. We're gonna show you a lot of interesting stuff, and we're gonna speak a lot about the future of an industry.
Yeah.
As we're gonna do today, I guess.
Yes, yes. And you showed us this morning, so your partners with a Panic Room, right? And they opened a new location, and you gave us private tour before they opened this morning. And you also introduced to us to a new concept that is Quizzy. So tell us a little bit more about what is this?
Okay, so as you know, I've been doing escape rooms for more than 10 years already, and for all this period of time, I've been searching for another product which you can add to your escape room location, to your offering to your customers. And I finally found one. So this is Quizzy. Quizzy, it's a mixture of a trivia game and mini games which all of us are playing with your friends, with your family, etc., etc. So it's a new way to spend an hour with your friends and feel yourself like in a TV show. So as you know, escape rooms make you feel a star of a book, a star of a movie, a star of a computer game. So Quizzy is a way to feel yourself a star of a TV show with your friends.
And is it tailored to the kids, to the adults, to the corporate events?
The beauty of this concept is tailored for everyone. So you can pick kids game. Next hour you can make a corporate event. Next hour you can do a private game for your birthday party, for your partner, for example. If he has a birthday party, you can create his custom game about him, and you and your friends will play quiz about him. It's a very good way to personalize the experience.
Interesting. How did you get the idea?
The idea is not new as it is. So all of us have been playing quiz in the bar. I was playing quiz on my iPhone or phone, doesn't matter. So on PlayStation, you can find a lot of quiz games. So the concept as it is not new. Same as an escape room 10 years ago. So everybody was playing computer games to escape. Now they moved it to reality. So we did pretty much the same. So the difference between the bar games, bar quizzes, and this one is that you're in the studio, you feel yourself like a star of a TV show, and the game is fully automated. You don't need a game master. It's also the big advantage of the concept. The escape room owners will understand me perfectly. The game is repeatable. That's another beauty of the concept as well. And you can feed even more players than an escape room. So the whole concept as it is perfect to add up as an offer in escape room location, and not only.
And the square footage is relatively relatively small, right? The footprint.
Yeah, around 250 square feet, 300 square feet per room, and you can fit up to 12 people, and you charge the same amount as for escape room. So
Nice.
the concept is even prettier than escape room at some point.
What caught my attention that it's already going big in some of the European countries, and here in the United States, it doesn't really exist. So this is what's cool, because me as a business owner, what I always looking for is like, can I be first in the market? You know, when like in 2013, 2014, Escape Room was opening, like that caught my attention. This is why I decided to open first of Atlanta locations, you know, first of my escape rooms, and I was first in town, like, or one of the first in town. And so I think, like, if you're watching right now and you're thinking about what can I do, something unique, something new, I feel like this is can be it.
This is the thing. So France introduced this concept to the world. For now, the France is filled with quizzes inside of escape room locations. It has been working for 2 years already. The numbers are great. I mean, I can share it with you, but not now. The payback period is around 5 to 7 months. Again, it depends on the way you work, because there are different methods. So you can do a kind of a royalty program or without royalty. So it depends. But the payback period is great, same as it was with escape rooms in 2014, 15. So the biggest struggle right now is the same as with escape rooms in 2014, when nobody understood what the hell escape room is. You were trying to convince people, explaining them that you are a main character of, and you have to escape, you will be locked in a room, and you're paying money for that. That was crazy in 2014 for customers. Same right now I can feel with quizzes, not just in France, because in France everybody knows what quiz is. It's not a question for them, but for all other world, for US, I don't know, for Germany, Spain, it's brand new. They don't even understand how beautiful the concept is. Same with escape rooms again. I can totally compare it. So the France within 2 years showed the huge success of quizzes within escape rooms locations. And now I'm trying to explain it to you how beautiful it is. So the cool way is to show it, of course, because today you played it, you experienced it. We actually had fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
So once you try it as a customer, you love it. But now the biggest struggle is to get players to try it. That's why, for example, we made 10 minutes version of the game so you can try it for free. I mean, you as an owner can offer it to your customers. But yeah, once you see and experience it, you will want to play again. So this is a beauty of the concept as well. So it's repeatable, not as with escape. With escape rooms, you cannot basically play the same room again.
It's interesting, and I can tell you, I've seen similar concept already implemented in few US cities. So I think people getting to know it a little by little, and yeah, it's really fun. I mean, we tried this morning. It was
very
exciting.
fun. It was more fun than I thought it was going to be. I had the same conclusions beforehand.
How to say? I saw concepts in US, which is a big game show. I don't remember the name of it.
Yep, something like this.
But the difference, the huge difference, and you need to pay attention to it, you don't need a game master in our quiz, and you need a dedicated host who will run this show, who will do it on a certain level. And this is a huge difference. So once you need a person who runs the show, you pay more, of course. The ROI is different, and you cannot work without this guy who is running the show. So, but with us, you don't need anyone to do it. You just need the game master to register players to get their payment, and that's it. The game runs automatically. And this is a game changer. So what you see now is, of course, it introduces the quiz concept to mass market, but in terms of the business aspect, it's totally different.
It's interesting. Everyone fighting for reducing the labor cost because this is one of the biggest,
Of course.
like holes where the money goes. And so this can be something like, again, if you're watching and if you have some space there and you want to bring a new concept, potentially it can be a good option because, like, again, for us, in my case, I own escape rooms, extra places, spin art studios, and so on. And this is like where I want to ask you, what do you think the future of the industry? Because like in my business, what I see like changes over time. We start adding like different experiences under one roof, and I feel that this is probably the future. It's like almost like family entertainment centers, where like you can come in and do different experiences. And I think again, Quizzy can be one of the great add-ons to whatever or you already offer. What do you think?
I totally agree with you. So if you're asking me about the future of escape room industry, I tend to see that the locations are becoming bigger. They offer not just escape rooms, but more different entertainment activities. Spin art studios, X-rowing, arcade games, quiz games,
Rage rooms.
rage rooms. Yeah, a lot of different approaches, like mini golf as well, etc., etc. So the idea is you already got the client into your location. You want to get as much money from him as possible. I mean, now we're talking business, yeah? So, yeah, the idea is you offer him different varieties of stuff, and if he likes it, he buys it. So, this is one aspect if we are talking about the locations in general. But if we are talking about escape rooms, precisely, I see that there is a switch in terms of not just puzzle solving, but the storytelling. So this is where the industry is going now. It's not about you have to escape. It's more you have to leave the story for an hour. That's where it's going. So what becomes very important? Sounds, lights, storytelling, and the way the puzzles are interacted and all this. So you can't just put a box with a padlock and be happy with it. It has to make sense. And that is where it's going right now. I see it in Europe. I see it all around the world. I guess in US as well. So that's what I feel about where escape rooms are going. So we are going to be a part of a movie as much as possible. And the rooms where you don't have music, ambient sound, or effects will no longer exist in long-term period. I mean, of course, there will be shitty rooms always.
Yeah, we're building right now another escape room in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's interesting when we were researching the market. It's so interesting to see how the industry evolved, during the years. Because again, when we were opening in the beginning, I remember some places would spend like I don't know $5,000, and they would be considered like incredible.
We had this room at the beginning. We also spent 1,000 on 2 rooms. It was booked 2 weeks ahead, 24 hours a day. But it was the beginning. Nobody like experienced it. It boomed so much, and I guess it was happening the same here. So, but now you cannot open a room within 2,000, even 20,000 US dollars. It won't be popular.
Right.
You will die after 5 reviews with 1 star, I guess.
Yeah, I remember. So at the beginning, like I was running, rooms myself, and I received like bunch of 5-star reviews, obviously. And then I remember my first 4-star review. I was so upset, and the person said in a review, "Experience was incredible. Escape room was incredible. Dmitry need help." Dmitry needs help. Basically, I was running everything myself. I didn't have basically employees, and I couldn't anticipate
dedicate all your time to him.
I couldn't anticipate how many bookings I would get, because as we opened, we became booked like solidly. Like you're saying, the same thing. We were like 3 weeks ahead. It was incredible time.
Yeah. So I guess we are not gonna see it right now, but for great escape room, so I can see, for example, a good new escape room. So I haven't played it. I don't know if it's good or not, but you already can say when you see a website, you see all these marketing materials, if the room should be good or not. In Europe, they use a lot of inside pictures for website. I don't know if you do it.
So I actually was, I think, one of the first in the country who started doing it. Again, because I've been following, what other
I know.
countries
Yeah,
does. And so I was also, I think, one of the first in the country who started doing introduction and character. So
Yeah,
actually,
that's
like
great.
literally in 2015, we were having like our game masters trained. We were hiring like professional actors who would, come and work for us part time, and it was innovative at that time. But again, now like whole
Still is
industry
innovative.
evolved.
Like,
I know a lot of places. That's so true. But what I see more and more now with the big productions, like they actually do have now actors in a game. And honestly, I tried it a few times for my games. I didn't like it, and the reason why. So I like the way, like if it's done properly, it helps with the game flow a lot, and also it helps on saving props because whoever is monitoring there inside, they can guide you and
yeah,
give
of
you
course.
hints. This aspect I really like. The problem which I see, if you're not in a very major city and you not booked solidly, it's gonna hurt your bottom line because you have to pay for labor.
I can tell you a secret how in Spain they overcome this problem. Uh, Most of the games, the good games which are in Teprica, etc., how it works in Spain specifically. You come to escape room location. It's usually locked. It usually doesn't have any signs. It's like a closed door, like this. No signs at all. At at 12 o'clock you have a game, so you come at 11:50. At 12 o'clock straight, the door opens. You come inside and you're already in the game, so it starts without introductory, without you going to a bathroom, straight ahead. So they don't have waiting areas at all. You can have a bathroom in the middle of the game,
Wow.
usually, yeah. But what I was telling you, they use a game master as an actor inside the room 2, 3, 4 times per game. So this guy is fully dedicated to you. So he runs the room from the start till the end, fully following you. And sometimes he enters the room in costumes, playing his role very nicely. I mean, if it's Egypt room, he comes as a sphinx or like as a mummy. He's blind, so he's trying to catch you. It's a cat and mouse game with the players. Very nice. Everybody likes it. So in different games, they use even a game master to enter the room and to entertain the players. So they don't pay extra money for extra
Actor.
actor. Yeah. And most of them does it. And it's pretty cool because you don't expect anyone to come usually in an escape room without an actor. And here he comes, he interacts with you, and it breaks the wall, the fifth wall. So it's kind of nice how they do it. You may try it as well. So you don't need a special guy who does it. You just need to teach your game master a little bit how to act, and that's it.
Yeah, very, very, very good point. Now, since we're talking about like actors and how they participate in the game, are you a believer in a one ratio where one game master for the one room? Because there is a lot of controversy, and I see on a lot of Facebook groups like people discussing like how can somebody run escape room where one employee runs like two rooms or even three rooms? Tell me, what do you think about it? It's interesting.
It depends on the country, first of all, and I totally see it. For example, if we're talking about Switzerland, the salary of a game master is like, comparing to your prices, like a truck driver, like 10,000 US dollars per month. So it's a huge budget. Like if we're talking about euros, it's 5,000, 6,000 euros. But comparing the life there and here, I would say it's double difference. So they are trying to reduce
Labor.
game masters as much as possible. So they are the companies who are asking us to do self-restart rooms, hint system kiosks, which is fully automated. You just come and press the buttons, pick the puzzle you want the hint for, and it gives you the hint. So no game master interacting with you at all. You do it yourself. But let's now jump to another country where, for example, Budapest is, where the salaries are pretty small and they can totally dedicate one game master per one room. So again, there are a lot of different examples around the world. What I believe in, of course, as a player, I want dedicated person
one-on-one, yeah.
who runs the game, who watches me all the time. If I want a hint, I raise my eyes in the camera and here he is already helping me. Not like doing this for half an hour, help me please, I'm stuck. So that's a bad example of a game, of course. So as a player, I would love to have dedicated game master. As a business owner of an escape room, I would love to have one game master per 2-3 rooms. And it's possible, it's doable. You just need a system which helps you run. Like, for example, the one we have, it's a black box and applications that allows you to give hints, to skip the puzzles, do a lot of stuff. With it, you can run a couple of rooms with one person. But again, this person should know everything, how it works. I mean, where the players are at certain point, what puzzles they're solving, so he doesn't need to spend another 5 minutes to understand where they are. So
Yeah.
it depends on the person as well. And to get a right person to run your rooms is the hardest work, I guess, among everything. So the right person is the biggest problem.
Now, let's talk a little bit more about cities, like big city versus small city, because what I see, and correct me if I'm wrong, like in the bigger cities, the model where you have high production rooms works well. Like for example, one of my locations, Atlanta, Georgia, and we have big facility there, and we have enough of clients flow that we can afford to have high production rooms, right? We're building again another one in Phoenix, Arizona. So I like to be in the bigger cities, like with all of my entertainment. But there is a lot of people who is probably watching right now, and a lot of people who either have escape room in a smaller city or want to open one in a smaller city. What would be your recommendation? It's the cities where they cannot probably afford like $100,000 budget for each of the rooms. So if you want to build 3 rooms, like you don't have budget of 300, 400, 500,000. What would you suggest to them?
You don't have 100. I fully agree with you that there is a sense to build more expensive rooms in the bigger cities because you have bigger auditory. For the small cities, which doesn't have a lot of people or doesn't have a lot of budget to build rooms, we offer wide range of rooms. There are rooms which cost 20,000, like Jungle, most sellable rooms we have, and there are custom projects that can cost 2, 3, 4, 500,000. So of course you don't want to spend all your money and like trying to survive after in a small city where you have limited people coming and going. And of course you cannot say that this room will last 7 years because in 3 years all your population of the city will come and play your room. So what can I recommend to small cities? Don't buy expensive rooms. There are so many ways to make your room brilliant and not expensive, even with us, with our help, and we are not the cheapest escape room producer, obviously. So, how to say, the approximate payback period for escape room, it should be 1.5 2 years maximum. So if your calculations gives you 5 years, don't go there, obviously. And again, there are so many options how to do great room with with a budget less than 50K.
Yeah. I can tell you like one of my experiences, like during the early stages, the challenge for us was there was no one you can ask to build for you escape rooms. You have to do everything yourself. Yeah. Like this is how you started. We were talking about it. Exactly. This is how I started. I wanted to buy something, but you cannot. I had to create a team, and we were creating everything ourselves. That was the main challenge. These days, it's so easy. Not only you have a lot of suppliers like yourself, but also like there is some supply of escape rooms that you can buy on a secondary market. So there is somebody rotating rooms and they want to sell, on Facebook groups you can find it. There is somebody who unfortunately didn't run the business properly or something, and they closing down, or they have to shut down because of the landlord or something. And like constantly I see some options online where you can buy existing room, and it's going to be with a great discount. So there is options to go with suppliers. There is secondary market available, so there is options. So
And there is an option you can buy just the brains for like sensors, etc., and do it yourself as well. It was a rocket science 10 years ago.
yeah,
Now there are plenty of offers where you can do it with no skills at all.
yeah,
I mean, just connect the wire. So again, yes, there are a lot of options how to do it. And again, the good experience, let me tell you how I came to escape rooms, so you will understand a little bit. So before 2014, there was an entertainment for not kids, for like 18 to 26 years old, where you have a team of 5. One is a driver, so you have a car, you have a dedicated team. At certain point, like at 12 o'clock on Friday, you come to a certain point, you pay for the ticket, and you receive a legend, like a pieces of paper, which is encrypted. You have to decrypt it. You have to find the spot where you have to go. Usually there is abandoned building, and you have to solve puzzles to find the codes. So it was how to say, city hunt experience. I was playing for 5 years of it.
like a scavenger hunt.
Exactly. So, and it was very big. So every night we had 50 to 100 teams who travel, and we're playing for the whole night. So it's 8 to 10 hours experience every week. And that was, let's say, grandfather of escape rooms for me. When they installed cameras on the roads, that for speeding and stuff, it died. But at that point, escape rooms appeared. So basically, if we are talking about good experience, you can do it in your house. You can create cool puzzles, cool game flow, and do it for your children. For example, I do it for my kids for the birthday party. At the end, they receive a present, but to get to the present, you have to solve a lot of puzzles, geocaching. You have to go there, find a note there. It will give you a map that will lead to your house. In the fridge, you will find an ice block with a hint inside. You have to demolish it to get it, etc., etc. So to build a good escape room, even if you don't have a lot of money, even you don't have money at all, you can do it. You just have to be creative.
Yeah.
And that's how we started as well. Nobody told us how escape rooms work, what is it, etc. We made it ourselves. Based on our knowledge, based of Fort Boyard. Have you watched Fort
Yes,
Boyard?
of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So that's basically our nature, how we came to this market. I remember my grandfather was hiding bananas when I was 3 years old, and I was searching for them like a present. So yeah, if you want to have a good escape room, you can do it with your bare hands. You just need to put your soul in it.
Yeah, that's true. I can tell you my first escape room prototype, I built in my garage in my house. And the way how I was marketing it, so I called all of my neighbors in the neighborhood and invited them for escape room party. And they're like, what is that? And so they came in all literally in my unfinished garage. It was all raw, like wood studs and everything, like there is nothing. And I put puzzles that I built and clues and papers and on the walls and everything, and people just would go through and play and try to solve it, and they were thinking I'm nuts. And some people liked it, some people hate it, but everyone noticed it. And so when I actually built my escape room based on this prototype, so I removed some puzzles, brought some other puzzles based on feedback.
Of course.
And yeah, this is how I was marketing at the beginning, basically, starting with my
awesome.
neighbors.
Nice. Okay.
So, question to you: if somebody about to start new business, would you suggest to somebody start escape room business, quiz business, or something else, and why?
Okay, so it's a very hard question. Of course, if we are talking about entertainment business and you are deciding what to do, and again, I'm talking to lots of different clients from around the world. For example, recently I talked to Lebanese client. They have a war now with Israel, by the way, so they stopped the project, but they were very curious to add escape rooms in the country. So they don't have much.
Wow.
Of them, they do have some, but mainly it's like scary escape rooms, self-made, you know, this when you have a burned house and you add 2 locks and an actor, and here is an escape room. So again, everybody is curious about escape rooms right now. So that's what is known in the world. So if you're asking me, quiz, spin art studio, escape rooms, and X-rowing, out of 4, of course, escape rooms, because it's a basement. Let's put it this way, for most of those variants you told me, escape rooms is more proven, more trusted, more known, etc., etc. But right now, I feel you don't need to offer just escape rooms. So you want to differentiate your offering. So it should be some drinks, it should be some place to sit, to talk. Quiz, spin art studios, this is a beautiful addings again. So I think you should differentiate a little bit, not just in escape rooms, but more offerings you can add.
That makes sense. Yeah, awesome. Well, listen, we want to thank you for your time. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, so let us do this. So we'll here. Let me record with him. We have